The way you choose to live your life has a major impact on how attractive you are to women. And in particular, there are certain lifestyle choices you can make that'll make you more attractive to women, but there's also a lot of lifestyle choices you can make that really give women the ick. So today, I'm going to be ranking some of the worst lifestyle choices a man can make if he doesn't want to repel women. Okay, to kick things off, I want to talk about something that year after year just continues to increase in popularity with more and more men. Drinking energy drinks, especially Monster. Now, you might not think your choice of caffeinated beverage would even be something women care about at all, but that's where you're wrong. They actually care about it a lot. I don't think women even realize how much they care about it, but that's the thing. We're talking about lifestyle choices that give women the ick. And the ick is not a logical feeling. It's something more primal. Like when a woman gets the ick, that means she's feeling disgust on a deep instinctual level. So, yeah. There's just something about energy drinks, and this is especially the case with Monster and Rockstar and maybe some other brands, but women just view men that consume these drinks as childish and immature. Like, as far as women are concerned, you might as well be drinking a Mondo or a Capri Sun or something. I actually have two different theories for why women think energy drinks are so immature. One theory is that since energy drinks are a newer thing in the grand scheme of things, most women didn't grow up seeing their dad chug down a Monster every morning. So the caffeinated beverage that women actually do associate with manhood and masculinity is black coffee. But when a woman sees you drinking some stupid energy drink out of a neon green can, and the flavor is called something like extreme toxic sludge fuel, she's gonna be reminded of her most annoying middle school classmates or her little brother or something. So, do you want a woman to see you as her little brother, or would you rather her respect you like you're her father? And mental associations aside, I mean, just look at the marketing and the packaging for these energy drinks. It's pretty clear this stuff is made for teenage boys. So, yeah, if you want women to think of you as an ignorant little man-child, then go ahead and keep guzzling down your Fortnite Battle Pass Edition Doritos flavored gamer fuel. But if you want women to see you as a grown man that's allowed to give them a spanking, just stick with coffee. So, consuming energy drinks is a C tier lifestyle choice that gives women the ick. Because, yes, energy drinks are highly repulsive to women, but compared to some of the lifestyle choices we're gonna be talking about in a few minutes, energy drinks aren't all that bad. Now, this next lifestyle choice, I actually do recommend it even though women hate it, because it's actually just a good way to live your life, especially if you have hopes of leaving the rat race someday. So, let's talk about being frugal. In other words, being financially responsible. So, as a man that thinks things through logically, you might think women would appreciate a man that knows how to live within his means. I mean, it demonstrates strength of character, because it can be hard to resist eating out and financing a new car or buying that shiny new Funko Pop or whatever it is you want to spend your money on. But aside from that, of course, the biggest advantage of living a frugal lifestyle is that by delaying your gratification today, you can live more comfortably in the future. But women don't appreciate things like that. They don't care. See, women can't understand the concept of delayed gratification because, frankly, they never have any need to delay their gratification. In 2025, 2026, and beyond, if a woman wants a more luxurious lifestyle, she doesn't have to wait. She can upgrade right now just by switching to a man that has that lifestyle. Right now. So, being frugal, it's a good way to live overall because honestly, you can't trust most women to stay faithful to you anyway. But just know women are not attracted to your personal finance acumen. Women like flashy things, nice cars. They like to go out and eat out. And they like to go out to expensive events of any kind as long as it's something she can post about on social media. Because she's not thinking about your retirement savings anyway. There's another chump out there somewhere she can switch to in 10, 20, 30 years that'll give her half of his savings if yours aren't enough. So, in my opinion, you're better off just doing what you need to do to ensure your own comfort and safety in the future. However, being frugal is an A tier lifestyle choice that gives women the ick because women want nice things and they want them now. Now, classic wisdom states that women hate it when their man is just all work all the time. You know, we've all heard the old tale of the woman that divorces her husband because he was always bringing his work home with him or he was staying out at the office 18 hours a day. So, being a workaholic, now that must be a lifestyle choice that gives women the ick, right? Well, as it turns out, women don't usually care that much if their man is a workaholic. But it depends. Now, if a man is both a workaholic and he lives frugally, that's a big, big ick. Because in that case, the woman doesn't even get any money or nice things, and she doesn't even get any attention. So, yeah, she's just gonna think you're pathetic. But a workaholic that showers his woman with gifts and fancy dinners and the newest iPhone and the newest cars and access to credit cards, what's she need with attention anyways? And I'm not saying all women are gold diggers because it's like, what I'm saying is that women actually do love their man more for providing her with more things. So they aren't necessarily just using him for his money. You know, they actually do love him. But yeah, being a workaholic, it's not necessarily a lifestyle choice that women see as attractive, but it doesn't give women the ick either. F tier. Okay, so let's talk about being vegan. Now, this is kind of a funny one to me because it seems kind of obvious that women would be grossed out by vegan men, but I guess a lot of men don't have that same intuition. Because I've heard of plenty of men that actually turned vegan thinking it would help them attract women. Of course, these guys are targeting a very specific type of woman, you know, the crunchy granola hippie type. And I mean, now, me personally, I don't think I'd even want to get with a woman that has more armpit hair than I do, but if that's what you're into, you know, have at 'em. But you need to know something about these yuppie trust fund hippie vegan chicks. No matter what they say, they don't actually respect vegan men. I don't care if she's the freaking CEO of PETA. Women will not respect you if you don't eat meat. Especially if you're just doing it to get chicks. Because that's fake and phony, and women can smell that from a mile away. But even if you're vegan for the right reasons, you know, you just genuinely feel like it's wrong to eat meat, or even if you're just doing it for your health, women see that as weak and feminine. They just do. And this is a primal, instinctual, intuitive thing, by the way, so don't try to think about this logically. It just gives women the ick. Women want a man that is brutal, greedy, and aggressive and gluttonous. Yeah, I just said that. Gluttonous. Women love a gluttonous predator. That's exactly the type of man that women desire. So you can eat as many leaves and seeds as you want. You know, go right ahead and just keep on bragging to these hippie harlots about how you know 16 different ways to prepare butternut squash that makes it totally taste better than meat. But I promise you, the number of women on this planet that will be anything but disgusted by your vegan habits They are few and far between, and they have hair on their legs. So have fun with that. Being vegan goes in the B tier. Now listen, I don't want to spend too much time on this next one because I think it just kind of goes without saying, but if you go around talking all cutesy and saying shit like, oopsie daisy, when you stub your toe, or if you refer to your dog as a doggo or a pupper, women are going to think you are an effeminate, disgusting dork, and you're giving them the ick. Let's face it, women like masculine men. They don't like men that drink energy drinks, and they don't like men that talk like an advice animal meme from 2013. I can has pussy? No, you can't, you fucking freak. Never. So, talking like a is an A tier lifestyle choice that gives women the ick. So we've talked a little bit about how the beverages you choose to consume can affect how women see you, so let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Excessive drinking. Now obviously, nobody likes to be around someone that's just wasted drunk all the time, but believe it or not, women's attraction isn't based on whether or not they like being around you. So if you're attractive and you have money and you have a rich social life, then women are not going to be getting the ick from your binge drinking habits. Now, I will say it's probably more difficult to maintain your career and social life and all that if you're drunk all the time, but the act of drinking itself and the fact that you're an alcoholic, that alone isn't giving women the ick. So I'm putting excessive drinking in the D tier because women aren't actually that repulsed by it. But doing it will make you more likely to fall off in some other aspects that will give women the ick. Okay, so I guess now would be a good time to talk about smoking. And for now, I'm just talking about smoking, okay? Like literally smoking, not vaping, not dipping or chewing or using snus or Zins or whatever, just smoking, like cigarettes or cigars. Okay, now I already know a lot of you are going to be in denial about this, especially some of you younger guys, but most women just aren't grossed out by smoking. They're not. In fact, smoking can make you look cool and attractive to women. And I'm not saying that's always the case, because obviously you're going to be giving women the ick if they see you smoking Virginia Slims or some other old lady brand like Marlboro Lights or something. But if you're posted up, leaning against a brick wall with your sleeves rolled up, puffing on a cowboy killer or a nice Romeo y Julieta or something like that, that's cool. I mean, it's cool. The women think it's cool, and women are gonna think you're cool if they see you doing it. Especially now that vaping is all the rage and nobody smokes anymore. Smoking in a cool way, so none of that limp-wristed Cruella de Vil shit, but if you smoke in a cool way, like a classic cool rebel without a cause type, yeah, women love that. It does not give them the ick at all. And maybe this is just another thing like how women are attracted to men that drink black coffee because it reminds them of their dad, but whatever it is, women think guys that smoke are cool. So smoking is easily an F tier lifestyle choice when it comes to giving women the ick, because it doesn't. Okay, so real quick, let's talk about vaping, because women don't see it the same way they see smoking. Vaping is like the energy drink of the tobacco world. When women think about masculine men, when women picture their ideal man, they want a man that is strong, hardworking, and decisive, a man that'll take care of them, and they don't picture that man drinking Monster energy drinks and ripping fat clouds of cotton candy scented vapor off of something that looks like an electric toothbrush. Women see vaping, and this goes for women that they themselves vape as well, women just see vaping as juvenile, immature, childish, and just it gives them the ick. They don't like it. So vaping goes in the C tier right next to energy drinks where it belongs. Okay, so this next one, look, I'm not making any moral judgments here, and I'm not trying to make any political statements or anything either. So, yeah, I know this tier list is called lifestyle choices that give women the ick, but this next thing isn't necessarily a choice, but I'm putting it on this list because it is something that is often referred to as a lifestyle thing, so I think it fits. Okay, so being bisexual. Now, when a woman is bisexual, that's usually a neutral thing to most men, and some men even think it's hot. But when a man is bisexual, well, as unfair as it may be, women do not like it. In fact, they think it's disgusting. And I don't care how liberal and progressive a woman is, if she knows you've used your mouth in the same way she's used hers, she's gonna get the ick big time. And she's gonna think that you are a disgusting freak. I mean, to me it makes total sense because the thought of two men, like, it's gross. You know, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's what I think. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's gross. And a lot of women probably see it the same way. You know, they recognize that it's probably not hurting anybody, so they aren't opposed to it on ethical grounds. But when they actually think about it and visualize it, instant ick. And yeah, you can say it's not fair, and that's probably true, but I'm not making this video to comfort you. I'm not even making this video to help you or really even to provide value in any way. I'm just telling you how it is. Being bisexual is an S tier lifestyle, whatever, that gives women the ick. So I know the modern progressive talking point is that therapy is great and everybody should be going to therapy, and actually it's masculine to see a therapist. And actually it shows great strength for a man to man up and book an appointment with a therapist. But all that's cope. It's big time cope. Women are attracted to men that have their shit together. And if a woman knows you go to therapy, she's gonna think that you do not have your shit together. Also, I think most women know this, whether they admit it or not, but women know this. And everybody knows this actually, but it's just one of those things that you're not supposed to talk about. But yeah, therapy is for women. And this is not medical advice, by the way. I'm just saying that the way a woman will view you if she knows you attend weekly therapy sessions, she's gonna think you are feminine, and women do not like feminine men. And I know some chicks might say that they like sensitive men, or soft boys, or a man that's in touch with his feminine side, or however they want to say it, but none of that is true. Women just say shit like that so you think they're a good person. And they usually aren't actually lying when they say that kind of thing, or they're not lying to you anyway. They're lying to themselves. And, you know, if you ask me, that's the real internalized misogyny, but let's not get into all that right now. But listen, all I'm saying is women do not want to be with a man that's got lots of emotions. They don't want to hear about your feelings, and they don't even want to hear that somebody else, like a therapist, has to hear about your feelings. Unless you look like Henry Cavill or Francisco Lachowski or something, women just think that your emotions are disgusting. Seeing a therapist is a B-tier lifestyle choice that gives women the ick. There are zero, and I do mean absolutely zero, there are zero women on this planet that have ever lived or will ever live that think your Triforce tattoo is cool. Having nerdy tattoos is a big, big ick. It's like If you have a Dragon Ball Z tattoo, or God forbid some gay Pokemon shit, you're basically a walking Funko Pop. Because that's the energy you give off. Nerdy tattoos are Funko Pops for your body. Like, just collecting Funko Pops wasn't enough. No, you had to get your nerdy hobbies permanently displayed on your skin. And the worst is when someone has a crossover nerdy tattoo. Like, I saw a guy once that had a tattoo of Squirtle dressed like Link. And for those of you that might actually stand a chance in this world, that means this guy had a gay Pokemon tattoo and a lame-ass Zelda tattoo at the same time, in one tattoo. And I really don't even understand what the hell these guys are thinking when they roll up to the tattoo parlor with a printed out Photoshop of Goku wearing the mask from Crash Bandicoot. But I promise you, women are not going to think that looks cool. They are not going to be intrigued. They are not going to think that you're like a cool bad boy with some nerdy interests. And they're not going to think that you're like a nerd with a rebellious side. They're just going to think you're a grody, gross, Funko Pop collecting neckbeard loser. And they'll probably be right to think that. I almost want to put nerdy tattoos in the S tier because it's just so antithetical to everything that women find attractive. But with all things considered, it's still not as off-putting to women as being bisexual is. So nerdy tattoos is going in the A tier.